Hello viewers, welcome to a brand new episode of Campus Eye. I am Keerthan Somanna. Let's have a look at this week's news. The Department of Journalism of St. Aloysius College conducted Shooting Stars, a national level filmmaking competition and seminar on alternative media on June 9th. The chief guest of the program was Mr. Prakash Belwadi, who is a well-known actor, activist and a theatre personality. Mr. Prakash Belwadi delivered his keynote address on the topic New Media, New Technology and New Content. Later, documentaries and short films were screened. The second session of the program included guest address and interaction of Ms. Raiza Salam. The talk was on storytelling through alternative media. Students from different colleges did paper presentations on alternative media. Principal Reverend Dr. Pravin Martis SG, HOD of Journalism, Father William Marcel SG, convener of the program Ms. Bhavya Shetty, student coordinators Mr. Delas Francis and Ms. Ananya Hegde were also present. Cash prize was given for the best short film, documentary and other activities conducted as a part of Shooting Stars.
When you say that media has affected us negatively, it has biased us and all that, are you saying we were not biased before? No, honestly. Are you saying India was not a biased country before? Atrocities did not happen in this country before. So, I will say the answer is with you. You should have critical inquiry. You should ask questions primarily of yourself first, then of others. I feel there is no other way out.
St. Aloysius College, Autonomous Mangalore, in collaboration with St. Aloysius Ranga Adhyayana Kendra and Astitwa Group Mangalore, organized a special program named Arehole Ranga Nadige on 4th June. A play named Chitte was performed by a 11-year-old artist, Gokul Sahridaya. The play is written by Dr. Beluru Raghunandan and directed by Krishnamurthy Kavatar. Chitte has been documented in the Indian Books of Records as well as Kalam Books of Records. It has successfully completed 45 shows all over Karnataka, and the 46th show was held at St. Aloysius College. Principal of the college, Reverend Father Pravin Martis SG, Dinesh Naik from the Department of Kannada and many other staff from the college were gathered in large numbers and watched the play. Principal addressed the artist and appreciated his talent and his effort and said that Aloysius has always encouraged the growth of such young talents and is a good platform.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಮಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ 46ನೇ ಶೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತಿದೆ. ಮಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂಥರ ಸೂಪರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಶೋ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಒಬ್ಬರೂ ಎದ್ದೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಬ್ಬರು ಫುಲ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇತ್ತು.
Department of Postgraduate Studies and Research in Social Work of St. Aloysius College organized Eco Mart 2022 as a part of World Environment Day celebration. The stall of eco-friendly items was inaugurated on June 6th. The theme of the day was Think Natural, Live Natural. Eco-friendly materials were sold on the day. The contribution received would be used for the protection of animals. These items included paper pens, cloth bags and mud cups. Dr. Shweta Raskinna was the staff coordinator and Mabel Tommy was the student coordinator of the event. Kaizen, an undergraduate fest for charity, has been taking place since 24th of May. This fest along with opening opportunities of various talents among the students, has also opened up a special platform for the lecturers of the college to showcase their hidden talents. As a part of Fest, Vastra ramp walks for both the students and the lecturers was conducted on 4th of June. At the valedictory, Director of Admin Block, Dr. Norbert Lobo, shared his thoughts on how the fest came to be and the contribution and the participation of different departments of the UG Admin Block. Kaizen concluded with the prize distribution of various events conducted through the week of competitions held. Second year BA won the overall championship of Kaizen 2022.
Kaizen means continuous improvement. Maybe in the years to come, they will be very active and they will participate and they will uphold the name Kaizen, change for better, change for improvement.
Andaz Apna Apna, a talent show for teachers, was organized on 3rd June by Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science students of St. Aloysius College Autonomous. Teachers of different departments participated in the program. Variety of talents like singing, dancing, mimicry and acting was performed. Assistant Professor of the Department of Chemistry, Ms. Divya Shetty and Ms. Crystal D'Souza were the judges. The program began with the performance of the band team, Stardust. Lecturers from different departments actively participated in various events. Principal, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis SJ and Registrar Dr. Alvin Dissa were also present for the program.
Many of teachers, performing in Teachers Got Talent, many sang, danced, made drama, and many more other things. And particularly about Dinesh sir, he did a fantastic job in Teachers Got Talent. And we can say that Aloysius teachers are not only about teaching, but they got their talents which they can exhibit more and more. And teachers like them, can be inspiration to the students.
The Department of Postgraduate Studies and Research in Chemistry conducted a national level chemistry fest, Analyst 2022 for undergraduate and postgraduate students. The chief guest of the event was Mr. Mehra J, Deputy General Manager and Regional Head of Union Bank of India, Mangalore Region, and Reverend Father Praveen Martis SJ, Principal of St. Aloysius College, were also present. The fest included various competitions. The total of 22 undergraduate colleges and 15 postgraduate colleges participated in the fest. Colleges from Rajkot, Kerala, Ankola, Dharwad and many other places participated in the fest. The valedictory function was presided by Mr. Ronald Mascarenes, who is a HR, PR and a consultant at Syngin International Limited. Mangalore has a tropical monsoon climate and the monsoon season begins in the mid-May and continues till September. The city is now getting ready for the monsoon season like a boss after a really long dry summer.
Mangalore, the city in the coastal line of southwestern region of India, is the center for cultural diversity, education, innovation and whatnot. The city is a geographical wonder with the Arabian Seas splashing in its foot and Great Western Ghats as a green turban on the top. Mangaloreans are all set to welcome the cool breezes of the monsoon winds and are busy doing the monsoon shopping. The stalls and shops of the city are stocked with the brand new monsoon goods. Colorful raincoats, umbrellas, rain covers, bags and many other items are displayed and arranged throughout the city shops. The season of rain goes hand in hand with the season of the new academic year for schools and colleges in Mangalore. Kids and students are back with the uniform after a long summer break, and they are enjoying the early drizzles of the monsoon. When monsoon hits the city, Mangalore looks pretty and aesthetic, with the beautiful clouds moving over the ever-growing skyscrapers, roads and paths shining, vintage old towers and buildings giving the best landscapes, fogs and droplets giving a texture to the green trees. The rain is beautiful, so is this city and its people. Prajath Hegde with camera person Sherwyn Couto for Campus Eye.
Today, we have a special guest, Mr. Vaishak, who is a mountaineer from Mangalore. He shared some of his personal experiences and stories with us. Come, let's have a look.
Hello viewers, welcome. Different people have different hobbies, but some take it to the next level. So today, we have with us such a person who has made his passion as his life, Mr. Disha D J B. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, for someone who is very new to this sport, like what brief introduction can you give to our viewers?
Okay, so I'm into mountaineering. So mountaineering is a combination of rock climbing, ice climbing, snow climbing, trekking and camping. So it's basically where you say, imagine this small hill and you just go to the hill and come back the very same day. It's called hiking. But imagine you're taking 2 days. That is, you climb up the hill and spend the night there, camp and come back next day. That is known as trekking. But you're climbing a big mountain where you need to use rock climbing skills, or after a certain point there are ice, snow, you use those skills, then it is known as mountaineering. It would be called as mountaineering expedition. So that's about it.
Sir, how supportive was your family with this passion of yours?
I would say my biggest inspiration was being my grandfather, because he was a retired range forest officer. So literally my mom, my grandparents, they have spent their life in almost all different forests of Karnataka. So they have been exposed to snakes, wild animals living in the forest, and they wanted they wanted me to also follow the same career, like be in the forest department, but I chose mountaineering. So they were supportive in terms, they never said no to any of my dreams. So they never said yes or no. So that means like you could do whatever you wanted and continue pursuing this field.
So did you ever reach a point where you thought that you can't continue this passion of yours?
Like I never had that breaking point. There has been a certain slowdown where I have taken a break from trekking or mountaineering, but never a point where except for when you face injuries. Whenever you have injuries, you have that question in mind, okay, will I be able to continue the same way I used to continue before, or do I need to take a break? So that would only be the breaking point. If body is very positive and it's recovering better, I've always headed back to mountains again.
So has trekking always been your passion, or you tried your hands in other passion as well?
So basically, when I moved to Mangalore and I studied CBZ, my main goal was to get a job in the outdoors field, and it wasn't really say trekking per se. I wanted to be in the travel or tourism industry. That was the main passion. But since I got a backlog and I had 1 year of free time, that gave me a chance to explore my other avenues. So that was when I was just randomly happened to Google about careers in mountaineering. I got to know there were mountaineering institutes and mountaineering courses. That's when I tried to do that, and that's how I ended up in this particular field. And in my case, I didn't just let it be mountaineering. I do mountaineering with persons with disabilities. So I'm not just following my passion. I kind of gave it a purpose to it, that by doing it alongside person with disability, and that in return is bringing about social change in ways that I could possibly not imagine.
So what is the one goal that you had set for yourself, and have you accomplished it? Are you happy about it?
So one of the dreams that I have for myself is I always dreamed about giving a TED talk, and that happened 3 days ago. And in the process, what do you say? I never concentrated on the fact that I have to go there and speak, but I just followed. I just kept doing what I really loved, and that in turn, one of the results of that was getting a platform like TEDx to share my opinion. So that is like a dream come true.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a pleasure getting to know you and about your sport. Now, do you have anything to say to our viewers?
Okay, I would tell the viewers that try to be inclusive and accessible. So if I had to just give a small example, whenever I do a trek, I do that trek alongside a person with disability. They are not exposed to trekking or any of these sectors. In a similar way, I do it alongside person with disabilities and able-bodied. They come, enjoy this trek, and they climb the mountain as strangers, and they come down as friends. Now, what happens is the blind, the persons with disabilities, they get to know how this able-bodied lifestyle is, because since the time they have been born, they are limited to their special schools, and after they turn 18, they are expected to mingle with the mainstream society. Similarly, the able-bodied, they never get the exposure of, they don't know how blind people use computers, how they use cell phones, how they commute. They never get a chance to understand these things. So I'm just bringing a platform where these two communities come together, and the result of that is when these able-bodied go back, they bring about a social change in their own way. For example, every person who's listening to my speech, what I want to say is, imagine if you are an architecture or a builder, make sure that the buildings you build are accessible. If you are a teacher, or if you are someone who has a person with disability in your houses, you make sure that you put that effort to take them out from that four walls and get them to the outdoors. That's my request to everyone.
That's all for today. Thank you.
That's all for this week's Campus Eye. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Until then, stay tuned.